Hi gang, you know where I am? Yeah, we'll show you in a second. Yeah, we're in beautiful Kennerdell again. Here's the Allegheny River. Can you see the ice floating in it? So we're back down here again because, well, if you read my Facebook, you know the story. We're here in, it's part of the Clear Creek State Forest, which is also in Jefferson County. But this is what they call the Kennerdell Tract of the Clear Creek State Forest. And it's only like 15 miles from my home. And I have this GPS app on my phone called Gaia, and I had a lot of trail information in there about this place that all somehow mysteriously got lost. So I'm back down here remapping again, and I brought the camera, but I don't know how much picture taking I'll be doing because it's awfully sunny out. And sun is not the photographer's friend, so I'm back at my Jeep. Let me get my stuff and get bundled up a little bit and we'll get going. All right, here we go. We're at the end of the Kennerdell Bridge, where I just came from for my river shot. And today we're going to go up the river trail. I'm probably going to go as far as, let's see. Well, let's look at the map. I can't remember. Is it Pipeline that? Ridge Trail. Ridge Trail is just beyond Danners. So we're going to go hopefully at least that far. Depends on how much crunching I do in this snow. It don't look too bad, but all right, that's the plan. So away we go. River Trail, actually a road. So I've been watching paying more attention to some of the more professional YouTubers, and it seems to me that I do my segments a little too long. I mean, most of them are only recording like, I don't know, 15 to 30 seconds at a crack. So, you know, I felt like by showing more longer segments, I was showing you more stuff, but I guess that's not the truth. So, but I got the GPS app fired up, and I got the video going. So we'll see how long the battery lasts doing both. What a pretty day. I woke up this morning, about my usual time, 6 or so, I guess, and I didn't realize how cold it got overnight. I went out in the garage in my bare feet to let the cat out, and that's when I discovered it was about 3 degrees below zero. I didn't stay out there very long. Our garage is semi-heated too, so, but still, bare feet on concrete, no. So I said I was going to wait till at least got above 10 degrees before I came out here. And right now it's about 25 or so, I guess. I was down here Friday, and there was just one set of cross-country ski tracks on here and one set of footprints, but today's Sunday, and it looks like the place got quite a bit of use yesterday, because you see here, yeah, maybe I'm in a bad spot. I don't know. There's one set of bicycle tracks. Over here I see some dog tracks, and obviously a lot of human footprints. So I'd say a lot of people were here yesterday. Yesterday was kind of on and off, sun and snow, but today is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the river through there. I like it when it's that nice green color. I'm never quite sure what causes, you know, sometimes in the winter time the river looks real blue. I don't know what causes it to change color. Here's a little better look at the river. We're in an open spot. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but if you're real quiet, you can hear the ice like squishing together or whatever. And that house over there, I call that place Little Cabela's. It looks like Cabela's. So if the owner of that house is ever watching this video, if you need a housekeeper, or I don't see a pool over there, so you don't need a pool boy, but if you just need somebody to keep an eye on the place, I am available. We'll get in touch somehow. Okay, we've only gone 3/8 of a mile. Let's keep her going. Despite this part of the trail being pretty flat, if you look around here, it does take, some people would call this mountainous. Those of us that live here call it hilly. But right up in there somewhere close is the Denison Point Overlook. And we're at about 953 feet above sea level where I'm standing. Up the top of that hill is about 1,400 some feet. So one time, before I really knew much about this place, I got the bright idea that if you can see, there's a part of a road or something right here. I thought, well, this road probably takes you, switchbacks you up that hill right to that overlook. Well, that's not the case. You get up there just a quarter mile or so, it just kind of stops. So I get to looking at my GPS and I thought, well, it's only a quarter, 3/8 of a mile up that hill to the overlook. I can mountain goat it up that way. And this was about 7 or 8 years ago, I think. Well, my advice to you is, if you have the information to to ascertain that information, don't do it, because I mean to tell you, it is like straight up. But there's an overlook up there. There's just a better way to get to it. And you got to walk about 4 miles or so to do it. So I'll show you the river again before I cut you out. I'm getting long-winded again too. So much for my 15-second clips. All right, be back in a while. We're coming up on the intersection of Denison Run Trail and River Trail. There's the Denison Run Trail. And this is Denison Run. That's a good brook trout stream if you're into fishing. Don't like standing shoulder to shoulder with people and don't mind catching fish that are only 3 or 4 inches long. Here's a little campsite and fire ring, but this isn't exactly my definition of a real good campsite down here. In hunting season, when the gates are open, you can come right here and park. You may have seen pictures of my Jeep sitting here. So here's the Blunder Trail, and somebody was on it not too long ago. But you can see right up the hill you go. You get up there a ways, it's all washed and gullied out. It's a good workout. It goes up and meets Ridge Trail up there about, I don't know, 5/8 of a mile. It'll meet Ridge. It'd take you a while to walk up there though, unless you're a mountain goater in good shape, which I am neither. All right, that's not where we're going. We're going this way. Onward. This always kind of amazes me. It's 20-some degrees out, and I don't know if you can see that thing, but you got insects crawling through the snow. I think that's a hellgrammite. I don't know. I'm not a, what do you call an insect person? Arachna, no, that's spiders. Entomologist, or I don't know. There's bugs anyway. So we're about 1.5 miles in. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but when I woke up this morning, my plan was kind of to come down here and have my wife follow me and take me up top of the hill to State Game Lands 39 parking lot and hike the Kennerdell Trail down and map it. But that plan kind of fell through. And granted, I could hike up the hill, but I don't know. I hate doing that in the wintertime because when you do an out and back like that, you go up the hill and get all sweated up. Then you turn around and start back down, and you end up getting cold because you've perspired. That's not a good situation, especially when you end up getting in a Jeep with leather seats and your back's all sweaty and you lean up against that cold leather seat. That's not cool. Well, it is cool. No, it's not cool. It's cold. It's like getting hit with 110 volts of electricity. Pretty day. I've said that before, but it's a pretty day. I'm sweating as it is. Pretty warm in the sun. Here's a little watershed. Not flowing too bad. Obviously spring fed. Man, I think I just saw the biggest red squirrel I've ever seen in my life. Let me see if he's down here. I didn't see him go up the tree. I don't know, maybe he has a den in that tree or something. This is a pretty area right in here. It's obvious it's been timbered selectively over the years. Nice and thinned out. Trees have nice spacing. I always kind of thought right on top of that little knoll right there would be a kind of a neat place to camp. And you got that little watershed right down there for water. But there again, it's so close to the river and the river activity, it probably wouldn't be particularly peaceful. A lot of beautiful trees in there though. So, a little bit of history about this place, or at least what I know, is the place was originally intended to be a state park, and that plan was scrapped in, I think, 1980. But I've gone back through the deeds to the land, and most of the land was purchased in 1970 or so, but the records don't go back far enough to indicate who the state bought it from. I don't really know, but there's like 22 or 24 parcels in this thing that add up to over 3,000 acres. It's a big place with a lot of river frontage. But they were going to call it Allegheny Gorge State Park, which I don't know. I wouldn't exactly call this a gorge. Gorgeous maybe, but not a gorge. How about Allegheny Valley State Park? but when economic times hit in the late 70s and early 80s, it was scrapped and turned over to Bureau of Forestry from DCNR. And on one hand, it would have been nice to see the place developed a little bit, but more so, I think I like it the way it is. I think it would have been a bit of a logistical nightmare to get people down here from up top. I don't know. Maybe the terrain's no worse than some of the other state parks, but I don't know. I just think building a road down in here would have been kind of tough and kind of expensive. It could have been done, but it's not a place I don't think you could really utilize much in the wintertime from up top. Let's just say I'm glad it worked out the way it did and the place is the way it is. As I recall, I should be coming up the trail intersection here. Yep, here it is. Pipeline Trail, I'm pretty sure. Well, are those must be bike tracks, because down here they look like some kind of vehicle, but then it goes back to single track. Must have been two bikes. So this is Pipeline Trail, which it goes up the hill and it goes up to Denison Run Road. Here's a sign. Give me a sign. And this K56 thing, they just put those up this year. I really don't know what the significance is. The only thing I could figure is maybe to help the hunters or find lost hunters or something. I don't know. But anyhow, Pipeline, like I said, goes up the hill, and I think maybe the original intention when this place was first thought to be a state park was Pipeline was going to be your road down in here from Denison. So I've never actually hiked the whole thing. I've done parts of it, but never the whole thing. And I think it's, I don't know, I think up at the top it says it's 3 or 4 miles from up there to down here. So 4 miles up the hill that's for a nice spring day. And up there is what they call 5 Points. If you find it on a map, it'll be called 5 Points. But we're going to continue on the river trail. Let me tell you, I'm starting to get hot. I'm starting to sweat. That's not good. Let's go. Okay, we're coming up on, well, back there's where we came from, but we're coming up on Danner's campground here, and here's an area right before you get to it that kind of makes you wonder. I mean, you can see how cleared off it is. It makes you wonder if when it was I'm tongue-tied now. Makes you wonder if when they intended this to be a state park, if this was going to be part of the campground too. And then when it was abandoned, it's just, you know, they seem to keep it cleared off because it doesn't seem to be getting underbrush and stuff in it. But we're coming up on Danners, which is just a little campground. You can't get to it by car. Well, no, you can't get to it by car because they never unlocked that other gate. It's just a campground for canoers mainly, and hikers. But unless you're really hard up in the summertime, it's not exactly the most peaceful area to camp. It was in August, I think. My buddy Chuck did a solo kayak trip from Franklin down, and he stayed here the second night, and I came down here and stayed with him in my hammock, and it was all you could do to find a place to set up. There was that many people. But it's got, I'm not walking down here, but it's got picnic tables, it's got fire rings, and most important of all, if you can see it through the trees there, it's got an outhouse, or depending on where you live and what you call it, a privy. And most of the time it's got toilet paper in it, which is proven to be quite a lifesaver in weather like this a few times for me. Man, I didn't notice it till now, but down there the river's frozen the whole way across. Maybe it is worth a walk down there. Nah, let's keep going. I smell a skunk. Anyhow, the reason I fired the camera back up is one nice feature about this place is the spring. I've never known it to go dry. I've never known it, it's gotten awful low a few times, but I've never known it to dry clear up. Non-potable water, boil before use. I drink it all the time. I never boil it. I'm still alive. And my mountain bike's tracks just stopped, so this is going to be a little harder walking from here on out. All right, here's a situation that kind of perplexes me sometimes, but right up there is Danners, right back that way, where we just came from. And like I said, it gets kind of out of hand sometimes in the summertime with people drinking and raising hell. And to me, right in here, which is right by the gas line right away, right down in there would be the better place to camp. But I say that now, and then I come down here in the summertime when there's leaves on the trees, and I look around and I'm like, how the hell could you ever camp in there? So I don't know. I have it marked as a campsite anyway, and I've never really, yeah, you could camp here, especially in a hammock. Like right there's two perfect trees. Then come summertime, you get the undergrowth coming in, and everything looks different. So back there was the pipeline trail, and you wonder why they call it the pipeline trail, but this place is crisscrossing a couple places with gas line right-of-ways, and this is one of them. Down there's the river frozen over. Okay, I'll do the slow pan here. Try not to give you vertigo. That's going up the hill, and of course that goes to Denison Run Road too. Boy, some ambitious son of a bitch You got footprints going up there. Man, that'd be an ass burner in my opinion. Oh, look at this. My fresh footprints just ended. I don't know. These might be from Friday. Maybe. We're going to continue on a bit though. Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. Here's another area nicely thinned out. Obviously selectively tempered. Looking good. Down in there is another spot that would be good for camping too. I just looked at it. I'm 2.5 miles from the car from where we started. I ought to be coming pretty close to what I call the end of the line. Let's see. The blaze indicating we turned, but this is kind of the end of the line. You got the Ridge Trail here, which also goes up to Denison Run Road, which also goes up the hill, which I've also never done the whole thing. I've only gone up as far as the Window Trail intersects up there a ways. But I showed the sign back there when we started. It said Fisherman's Cove 6. Well, you can't do that anymore really, because there's been no maintenance done on this for years, and there's trees down up in there that I crossed a few of them, but it's gnarly territory. I went as far as I could, and finally I gave it up. So this is where I'm gonna stop, turn around, go back. My mileage is, I didn't look at it before I fired this thing up, but I'm gonna say probably 2.8 or 9 from the Kennerdell Bridge. Still on the rail, or the river. Bike trails over there. If you can see the river through the trees. On down there somewhere is the entrance to the tunnel, but all right, this is where I stop. I'll check in when I get back to the car. Jeep. Silly me. I forgot to do the selfie shots. So I'm on my way back to the Jeep now. I'm probably 2 miles away, somewhere thereabouts. I just passed the where the pipeline trail goes up over the hill, and I get down here on the other side of these weeds. I'm going to spin you around, show you maybe the river. I don't know. I'd be shooting into the sun, so I might not get it. I'm going to try it. Find a good spot here. How's that? Yeah. about that? Too sunny. Terrible problem to have. So, like I said, I'm still 2 miles away from the Jeep. And I got the camera out. Took some still pictures, I hope. Can't see my camera settings with these dark glasses, but we'll see. And by the miracle of modern technology, I sent my picture to my mother in Erie from the shore down there at Danner's. She just got one of them grandpad things, so I sent her a couple pictures from Friday, and we'll see if that one works. So I got a ways to go. I'm right here in my favorite part of the forest here that I showed you it earlier. Show you again maybe. All them nice thinned out trees back there. Sounds like somebody's running a pump or a generator or something across the river. Okay, well, I've showed you enough of my ugliness. Onward. All right, man. I'm almost back. I'm in the home stretch now. I don't know, 5.2 miles or something like that. I saw 3 other families down here. I just passed a man and a woman with a dog, and just up ahead of me there was a family with man, wife, 2 kids, and a dog. Kids were pretty young. And there was another family ahead of them. So good to see people out enjoying this place. But I think I said earlier, I made the mistake of getting sweated up. Now that I'm in the shade, I'm getting cold. But I'm only 100 feet away. No, 100 yards away. All right, man, that's it. Time to pack up and go back to reality, I guess. Holy crap. Must be people up Denison Run too. Popular place. Okay. Coming to you from the Kennerdell Tract. Whatever today's date is. I don't know. 23rd or something. We'll see you later.